Hello, welcome back to Coracks Cribs. This is Volume 3. We're doing another primitive edition. So what we have going on this time is we're on Olympus. We have a newer character. We have just the basic stuff. I always do double knives in the beginning, stone knives, because one could break while you're fighting. We landed here, and your indication is always to build near water. But we're a little bit farther away from water. We can run down here if we need it. But here's what we're looking at today. So if we come around here, I've done a little pre-setup here. We have a cave, and this particular cave has a pretty good sized entrance. I've got a water device here with the charcoal in it. I've actually set another one in the water down here as a backup. I've mined stone to get EXP, just kind of set it here as a makeshift fence. You know, if I got couple horses chasing me, or a couple wolves, and I want to get me a little time to deal with them, I can get back here. This is quick, this is easy. I've gained experience while setting these up. I've mined my way into here. You can see I'm getting storm exposure. Again here, I have a bed that's sheltered that I've set for my spawn point. I have a fireplace over here. If you look right now, my storm exposure is going down. Now, a nice thing about this is I've got a little bit of space here, which I could set a workbench when I get to that level. See, right there you can see I got into the cave sickness area. There I'm out of it. Let me eat something. So you can technically put you some workbenches right here. Now that stack of stones, what it does is it kind of gives me marks. You can remember the pillar, but the stack of stones there marks for when I walk up to here. Usually a cave worm spawns right there when I get about this point. There you can see I stepped a little bit farther forward. That's the second cave worm position. The first one is like right there. When I was setting up for this video, I killed him, so that's my warning. I get to right about here, I gotta start being careful because I'm gonna activate the cave worm. This I just stuck inside for right now. I'm not level 10 yet. I'm level 5, so I can't do a workbench or anything. So you could set a workbench here. You could set a few benches in here and do your work. You can get up here. You could kill your first worm and have you a livable space that you don't have to worry about repairing. You don't have to worry about lightning. You don't have to worry about storms. While you have the cave sickness, do a little bit of work. Step up here. Let your cave symbol reset so the timer resets, and then you can go back to doing some crafting and stuff. Like I said, you can see I'm getting no storm exposure. Lightning's not really going to get me. I have defenses. Primitive. If something is hitting these will take damage, but it's something. I could stack a couple more stacks here and make it a little tighter to the sides if I was really worried about it. I have water here. I have water right there, which isn't too far away. I have mining stuff inside the cave, so this is a pretty good starter setup. Now, if we look at the skills I'm taking, so you start with these. I had the stone knife, obviously, to start with. You do 2 stone knives because they break really easy. My suggestion is when you're skinning after you kill something, before you start skinning, repair your knife. So if something comes up behind you and attacks you, you have 2 good knives ready to go. You can also use your axe to bust up the bones after you've skinned it. And now that'll keep these ready to go. Of course, you want to do your bedroll for your spawn point, the drying rack, which makes your food last longer, your bow and stone arrows for distance, healing stuff, suture kit for when you get tore up a little bit, splint in case you fall off something. This may not, you need to do this and this. This could be done later. If you want it to go into some storage or stuff first, you just have to be careful around the cliff edges. Of course, you need a light. If you're in the desert area, you might want to do this because it gives heat resistance. In this forest area, I usually skip that and go straight to bone armor. On talents, I tend to do stamina first, then health and movement. Now, I'll put a point in stamina, put 1 or 2 points in stamina, and then 1 point in each of these. Because I want stamina more than I want anything else. There, I have another point in stamina. Solo, I've got points in stamina. It doesn't matter how fast you run or how much you're chopping your stuff. If you run out of stamina, you can't get away. So, this is your Primitive Edition Volume 3. I know this is Corack builds, and there's not really much building here, but this is where you start. Have a wonderful day, and happy prospecting.